button now. But when I first met Tyrone, he was talking to me. I said, "Let me go see what this brother about." I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. But my first meeting, I was hooked, and I've been part of this for 4 years now.
That's right. See. But I had to show, something had to be in me to draw you in.
Yep.
But then, still, you didn't get convinced until you started coming over a period of time. Okay, this brother, he all right. He's a man. So it came in time. So don't think that I was man enough to approach him, though. I was man enough, and I was bad enough to approach him to show him a different way and to change his thinking. All right? And I inspired him, and look what happened 4 years later. Here it is. All right, brother, let's move on.
How is it too late? In order for you to preach and give advice, back it up by being an example and a leader.
Here it is.
You got everything you do as a man.
That's right.
Man out there, you got to be able to back it up.
That's right.
You got to be able to walk the talk and talk the talk. How you gonna be big and bad?
That's right.
If you're just gonna sit there and talk.
That's
you gotta
right,
be willing to make a change.
That's right, brother.
If you don't make that change,
Good God,
it's gonna defeat you every day, every minute.
What have I been telling you about in your every time when things happen in your life? I kept saying to you, there's two things how the devil's going to defeat you.
In your health, and in your finances.
In your finances, then your family. That's what he's going to defeat you in.
Yep.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Don't just be a talker.
Oh.
Don't talk about the stuff you have done in the past, from drugs.
Yes.
To bashing people. Because that don't inspire me.
There you go. That's right. That's right.
Especially
yes,
when you talk and say it from an ego perspective, trying to be the tough guy.
There you go, bro. Good God from Zion. Woo.
Currently, a narrow and restricted definition of what it means to be a man is presented and reinforced to men and boys by society.
There it is. There it is.
This is having a direct and harmful impact on men's mental health and risk of suicide.
So when we as men, so-called men, allow society to dictate to us how our masculinity, what we should be as a man, or define our masculinity, then we are on the road for our health to get bad, and then we are prime suspects or prime, what's the word? We are prime victims, targets for suicide. Because you're trying to live up to an example which you cannot live up to, because it's a destructive mechanism to destroy you. You don't realize that. So you're not man enough. If you're not willing to change from what society say, then you're gonna fall victim as well.
Man box.
There it is. The man box. Absolutely, brother Josh. All right, let's go down to
Hold on, I gotta read this one.
Okay, brother, go ahead.
When men believe they are not meeting the standards set for them by society,
good God from Zion,
they can feel a sense of shame and defeat.
Yes. Yes.
We know that men are more reluctant than women to talk about their feelings and less likely to acknowledge the impact of significant life events.
Yes.
Such as relationship breakdowns, loss of a job, financial difficulties, or becoming a father, on the mental health.
There you go.
All that affects a man's ego.
Exactly right.
Because when we as men, when we think something, we going 9 out of 10.
We're gonna act on it. We're gonna act on it. Yes, we're gonna act on it. Exactly right.
See, as a man, why do you think out there YouTube land that more men commit suicide than women?
Yes, right.
And why do you think that 95% of men commit these crimes?
That's right. That's right.
Because we as men don't know how to talk.
Yeah.
We don't talk.
We don't know how to relate. That's right.
If we see, as a man, when we're raised, we're taught to suppress our feelings. Don't cry, suck it up. But see, on the other hand, a woman, she is taught to nurture and to talk about her feelings.
That's right, absolutely.
See, as men, when we get an idea in our head,
go ahead, John.
We think on our idea. We don't think twice about it until the consequences come after that.
That's right, that's right. Good God, brother John, hit hard today. I'm proud of this young boy. Good God, woo! That's good, brother Josh. I like that. This is what this brother has learned over the years. I'm very proud of him. And I tell him all the time. I just don't tell him on camera for you. I tell him all the time. I send him a text message at the broadcast, or during the week I may say something to him. He may say something. I'm always there to encourage and inspire you. Am I right? Right. All the time. I have never said not one down word to him. Even when I thought he was straying away, still there. Brother, I love you. I love you, brother. I'm here for you if you need me, right or wrong. Right. Never turn my back. So that's what you have to do. You got to set the example. Now, if I bashed him his head, start talking dog, well, you ain't worth this, you ain't this. You think he would still be here? Of course not. Because if I'm supposed to be minister, and we don't even talk about being a minister, but being a godly man or a man in general, if I'm supposed to lead him, I have to lead by example, by love. That's what this organization has been built on love. We love our brothers where they're at. Not with what they've been through, what they're going through now. We're going to love them where they're at. We're going to get them out of that situation to change their train of thought. All right? Good God from Zion, Brother John.
One of the reasons for this is because of the masculine ideal.
Yeah, you just talked about that. Good God.
Which is that men should be in control and never depressed.
Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
And never depressed.
Yes.
Anxious.
Yes.
Or unable to cope.
Yes.
The very experience of being distressed or having a mental health problem can be psychologically difficult. Let me talk.
Brother John is on the roll today, boy.
See, I conform to this because as a man suffering mental health,
yes,
I understand what you're talking about, Tyrone, because a lot of this would have a man in the dumps.
Absolutely.
But see, what I've learned over the years of being here, this is bringing out the real me.
Yeah. You see, because you can see a picture. You can see
it.
You can see it, right?
I can see it.
Yeah.
Because it's true. You should be in control.
You should be.
Because if you're not in control, you're liable to do anything.
That's right. So to get to that point, like you said, Brother Josh, which is very, very powerful, then we have to be man enough to fess up to our weaknesses and our shortcomings, so that, like you said, when we talk about, we got to be able to take that mask off, so we can look us back in the face and say, this is where my weakness is, this is where I need to get better, this is where I need to get stronger, so I can help somebody else. Good God. And you have told me many times that you have seen people on the bus out in the community, and you have talked to them about certain things about the organization. Now, I remember when you came to the organization, we was telling everybody, all you got to do is take a fly and talk to people. And I know you weren't the type of person that would talk to people. But now, you don't even have a problem telling them about MSL, right or wrong.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because now it's a part of you.
I believe MSL.
You see? That's what I'm saying. I believe it too. See,
I believe the purpose of the goal.
That's right, baby.
I believe it.
Good God from Zion. Brother Josh, you all right with me tonight? All right, let's go down to part 2. Why do men feel the need to prove their masculinity? Good God from... No, Brother Josh, since you said that, no, we ain't got to deal with it. We already talked about that already, dealing with the suicide.
Why do men...
No, but let's do this. We need to redefine what it means to be a modern man. I want to read this, then I want you to pick up where it says, why do men feel the need to prove masculinity? We're on page 2 right here, sir.
Oh, okay.
We need to redefine what it means to be a modern man. Okay, we're talking about modern society. We need to build a society where men and boys don't feel as though they have failed.
I think you should have read that part.
No, we ain't got to, because we talked about suicide already. We ain't got to deal with that anymore.
We didn't say what they did.
That's fine. That's all right. But they 20 to 50 years old. We talked about that broadcast. I think you missed that broadcast. You wasn't with us. You was going through some situation. We talked about, Brother John was talking about the suicide, the ages of suicide, and he just talked about that a minute ago. Majority of suicide is the leading killer of men between ages of 20.
I was there for that broadcast.
20, huh?
I was there for that.
Okay, you was sitting in. Okay, our ages 20 to 50 years old, and in certain countries, eclipsing accidents and cancer and coronary disease. And we just talked about the health disease as well as the suicide rates in men, because if they're conforming to society, they cannot live up to society's
Let me say something.
expectations.
Let me say something about the heart disease here for a second. You know, my friend at school that told me that McDonald's is going to start deep frying their Big Macs.
I don't think they're gonna sell though.
That's a heart attack in a box.
Exactly. And it's already a heart attack.
Exactly.
Because like 800-900 calories in that one sandwich.
I love me a Big Mac.
I know you do, Brad, but it's not good for you.
It ain't good for me.
It ain't good for
me
you.
a Big Mac.
All right, let's go down here. What we need to do to redefine what it means to be a modern man. We need to build a society where men and boys don't feel as though they have failed for not living up to the old school masculine idea. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you something. If we go back to the old school, we will never fail.
Is that?
You see, this is the problem. We try to change with the time. You see, certain things you cannot change from because it's destroying the structure of society now.
See, back in the 1940s, the 30s and 40s,
that's right.
When real men were on the earth.
That's right.
But see, what we did is we flipped it.
Yeah, we flipped it. And you see what happens now.
See, but what really hit us is when in the 60s, when the drugs came out.
That's when it all, well, it really started to change in the 50s.
In the 50s.
That's when it started to change.
It didn't really hit into the 1960s. When the drugs were all out there. Then the world went all to hell.
And it went to peace. From that point on, I remember it well. I remember. And that's what happened. See, we start to conform to the ideas of the world, then that's when we're in trouble. See, we as men supposed to be leaders. We are no longer leaders anymore. Then we get mad because the women got certain positions making more money than us. Why do you think that? Because see, you're not taking your place.
You ain't stepping on the limit.
That's right. That's right.
You gotta take that. Man, you gotta take that first step.
That's right.
It ain't gonna come to you.
That's right. It ain't gonna come to you.
It ain't gonna come to you. You gotta go out and fight.
That's right.
It's like Brother Tyrone said about a week ago. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here.
That's right. That's right.
If you think you can do the job better than somebody, go for that job.
Yeah.
Don't just sit there and don't do nothing.
The word for that is don't be passive.
Passive, that's it. Yeah. Don't be passive, because if you're passive, you're never gonna get nowhere in life.
Absolutely.
But I'm not saying passive as be a cold-hearted person.
Yeah.
I'm saying you gotta be passive and you gotta follow your dreams. Because if you don't follow your dreams, you're not passive.
Yeah.
Because you gotta know, men. Who I'm hitting tonight, brother? Men, you gotta have a roadmap for your life.
Yes, you gotta have a plan.
Because if you don't have a plan,
that's right.
You don't know what you're gonna do.
That's right. Good God, brother.
See, God has a plan for you. God has a plan.
Go ahead and preach, brother.
But sometimes we don't see that plan until something happens in our lives.
That's right, brother. That's right. Boy, you getting my night.
When my aunt died, Brother Tyrone, I questioned God.
I know you did. I said, because you called me. I remember.
I told Brother Tyrone, I was like, Brother Tyrone, why God do this?
Yes.
But now, I think about it. God did that for a reason.
That's right.
God made me stronger.
That's right. He makes you stronger to do it. If you're willing to accept it and receive what he's trying to do to give you, to open your mind and change your mind thinking.
Tyrone, I miss her.
I know you do. I know you do. But this is going to make
now
you
that
stronger.
she's gone, I mean, all I can do is just talk to her in heaven.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Make yourself better. See, that's right.
When somebody dies in my family, I dwell on it.
Yeah.
I sit there, I think about the times that we never had.
Right.
But see, I gotta think about the times that we had.
That's right, absolutely. That's what you gotta, that's the positives. That's right, brother. That's right.
All right,
let's go now. Why do men feel the need to prove their masculinity, brother?
Is that manly enough?
Oh, good God.
That's a good question right there.
Is that manly enough? And we ask that question. If it's something they don't look or perceive to be manly enough, we ain't gonna mess around with it. Go ahead, brother Josh.
It's a question that most guys get asked.
Yes.
Somewhat regularly.
Yes.
During the first half of their lives.
Yes.
A guy's masculinity can be questioned anywhere by almost anyone for almost anything.
That's right.
Backing down from a fight, adopting an unpopular opinion, or expressing feelings.
Yes, absolutely.
Even something as insignificant as ordering at a restaurant.
Yes.
The research tells that this kind of pressure starts in elementary school.
That's right.
And continues into a guy's 20s or 30s.
That's right.
It most likely ends when a guy settles down, though that never entirely goes away.
That's right.
Remember, actor Jack Palance.
You remember him, right?
What movie was he?
He's been in a lot of movies. If you see him, you know who he is.
Proved that he was still manly by doing one-arm push-ups when he received an Oscar at age 73.
Okay, so why you see, we as men, we will never stop trying to prove to society that we are man.
But see, when we prove to ourselves that we're a man,
see, that's the key. That's the key, brother. You got to prove to yourself. You got to prove to yourself.
Yeah, you ain't got to prove to nobody else. But if you know in your heart that you're a man, you're a man.
But see, we always want
this the man body. Go back to the man body. Society don't want us to be a man.
That's right. So because
when we become a man, society throws us in jail.
That's right.
They do all kinds of
because we're going against the norm.
Yeah.
We're going against the norm.
But see, as men, we got to go against the norm in order to get somewhere.
And that's true. But a lot of us are afraid.
They're afraid to go against.
We're fearful because we don't want the pushback or the blowback from that to. If we're gonna be a man, we don't want to feel that we're being condemned or we're gonna be an outcast. See, men always want to be a part of. You know what I'm saying?
They go back to the cowboy movie with the outlaw come in. And then there was one movie I was watching a couple years ago. It's about this guy, he gets outcast and Rango. That's it, Rango with Johnny Depp. Okay. Remember the little lizard? How he went into the village of dirt and pretended he was this big bad guy. And then they exposed him. See, I like how they end because Rattlesnake Jake, I never forget that one. Because he came out and he and see they kicked him out of town. But see, he was man enough to come back to town.
See, man enough, man
and
enough.
then he ended up becoming who he was meant to be.
See, so we sometimes we have to step out of. We have to step out of our boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, because all of us men are in a box. But you got to be willing to step out of it. Sometimes, like I tell Brother Josh and all the brothers, sometimes you have to stand alone for what you believe in.
But as long as you stand on what you believe.
There you go, brother. There you go.
Nobody can tell you wrong.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I'm going to read number 2. We might ask why, but that seems obvious. It's about proving that you are one of the guys. See, that's what we always conforming. That's the problem. So you're not man enough.
When we as men hang out with a group of guys, it goes back to that. It says, proving. You gotta prove yourself that you're one of the guys.
See, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody but the guy. That's right.
As long as God knows you that you do what you know you're gonna set out to do. Man. That's all that matters.
That's right. That's all that matters.
See, sometimes we as men, we have to sit back and think about who our friends are.
But we don't want, long as we're part of the crowd.
Yep. But see, as a man, hanging out with the wrong people ain't gonna get you nowhere.
It ain't gonna get you nowhere. They can't get. I always say the question: how can somebody show you how to make $1 million if they ain't never made $1 million?
Exactly.
Can't do it. All right, let me read this little part, then we're gonna go on. As human beings, we need to feel like we belong to a group. Just like we were just saying, Brother Josh, proving that we fit in, that we are masculine enough. See, there is, are you man enough? Yeah, you may say I'm man enough to be part of this crowd or the in crowd because they doing this and I'm just gonna fit on in. But you're not man enough, then you becoming a wimp. You sold yourself out to be a part of something that you're not willing to stand alone for your beliefs.
You sold your soul to the devil.
You sold your soul, and that's what we do in America. They sell their soul for money, for girls, for cars, whatever it is.
But think about when all they get taken away, what they got.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Good.
That's when they go to the sewer.
And Billy Preston sung a song many years ago back in the 70s. Ooh. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Billy Preston. He used to play the organ. All right? All right, let's go now, Brother Josh.
Are you man enough to be yourself with another man? I think we need to read that.
That's what we're going to get into. Did you hear about brother? Say that again, Brother Josh.
Are you man enough to be yourself with other men?
With other men. Are you man enough to be yourself? Brother Josh just talked about that, about knowing who you are.
Yep.
If you don't know who you are, then you're not man enough, because you're not going to be, because you're going to be putting on that mask again, pretending to be something that you're not. All right, Brother Josh, let's move on. Let's do it.
If we want to be real men, we'll take the risk of being the real us in front of other guys.
Okay, you just said the word. What's the R word?
Real.
Risk.
Risk. Yeah.
Risk. So are you willing to take the risk to stand up and be man enough?
Stand up for.
Or are you going to be a wuss and back down and go along with the crowd? That's the question. Go ahead, Brother Josh.
You don't have to look far in the church.
Good God from God. Woo! We stepped on some toes. Good God.
You don't have to look far. See, we don't care if we step on them toes. Because we here at MSL, we real.
That's right.
We keep what we tell you, we keep it a buck.
That's right.
Which means 100, keep it real.
That's right. That's right. All right.
So this offends you, we really don't care.
We love you, but we gotta tell tell you the truth. All right. And I'm glad it's coming from a young man's mouth. And this is a white brother, and we not racist here, okay? I love this brother. He know that. I'll do anything I can for him. But he's telling you like, and this is from a 24-year-old young man that's telling you he's keeping it real. I'm 53. So if you can't take it from me, at least you can hear from him. And he telling you like it is. You know how young people are. They ain't gonna bite their tongue for nothing. All right, Brother Josh, move on.
You don't have to look far in the church to find your fair share of male loners.
Good God from God.
Who struggle to have authentic friendships with other men.
Yes.
So you go back to the 7 commandments and say, church and
You talked about the male friendship creed too.
Yeah, it said put it away. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, brother. I know.
With other men. Oh yeah, it said to friendships with another man, it's the strength, stability, and accountability.
Yes, absolutely.
I knew it was gonna come to me. They know how to be in the same room with other men.
Okay, all right.
And they know how to do things with them.
Okay.
But emotional transparency is off limits.
That's where we mess up. We're not willing to reveal our hearts and our problems, but because we afraid that we're gonna be looked down upon. That's why we don't have close relation. And we at MSF, that's why I created this organization. When I tell all these gentlemen, when they first came to my organization, 6 years ago, I told them, when you come here, whatever's said is kept between these four walls, and God. That's it. And I said, if I hear anybody talk about anything we said in our meeting, you're out of here. Because that's one thing men don't want. They want to feel secure. If they say something, they know they ain't gonna go no place else. And I have lived up to that, haven't I, brother y'all? Whatever's been said, that's it. That's a done deal.
A couple of years ago, before we started the Trauma Network for Men, I remember when you kicked one of the brothers out.
Oh yeah.